I just came back from a con this weekend and I wanted to take the opportunity to show you guys what's in my bag. We can start from the outside. On the outside, I keep the things that I want to be most easily accessible to me. So the first being my con pass. I prefer not to keep it on my costume, just personal preference. So keeping it on the outside of my bag makes it really easily accessible whenever they ask to see it. And the other thing on the outside of my bag is water. Obviously, I did not drink as much as I should have this weekend, but please keep yourself hydrated and safe at cons. Now, moving on to the inside. Today, specifically, I had the very unfortunate displeasure of wearing a cosplay that had heels. And if you're anything like me, not something I can do all day. And the best alternative I've found is to have a pair of flats that fit into your bag. If you have a large enough bag, I was able to switch back and forth between my flats and my heels to keep myself comfortable. And this is the best that my feet have felt at a con all year. So I really do recommend it to all of you. The next thing is my goodies from Artist Alley. I just got a couple things this weekend. I was pretty good about my spending. And to go along with that, I did bring my wallet with me. I like to carry cash to bring to Artist Alley as well as have my ID on me. Keep in mind that you definitely should read the email that cons send you. A lot of time cons will ask you for photo ID to get your badges. Make sure you don't miss that important piece of information. Save yourself some stress before you get to the con. This item, it's a mini fan. I got it from Miniso like 2 years ago. It's definitely an item I recommend. I usually use it more during the summertime. I like that it's small enough that I can fit it in any size bag. It definitely has been a lifesaver for summer cons. I did bring it with me despite the fact that it's November because cons still get really hot and having a little fan does help to save you makeup, especially if you spend a lot of time in places like Artist Alley or vendor halls where there's a lot of people and it gets cramped and stuffy. Having one of these little guys is super duper handy. Had my AirPods in here because I unfortunately did commute to the con, so it was nice to have a little bit of peace and quiet on the train, as well as sometimes con spaces get really loud. It's nice to have a noise canceling option in some of these louder spaces, as well as maybe if you want to film your own videos and whatnot, you can actually hear the sounds. In here, I have a lot of touch-up makeup. I always bring lash glue, pressed powder, lip gloss, lipstick, a pencil, water liner. And the last makeup touch-up item I keep with me at all my cons is my setting spray. If I had nothing else and I only had my setting spray, I would be eternally grateful. I have a little container like this where I just put a bunch of stuff in there. So Q-tips in here, bobby pins. A lot of times my contact case will fit. I bring my contact case with me because you never know if you're having a bad contact day. Your eye safety always needs to come first. Never put yourself in danger for cosplay. If I'm wearing fake nails, I also stick my nail glue in here, which is really helpful to just have it all in one little case so it's not floating around loosely in my bag. I usually do keep a comb and a brush sometimes, depending on the wig. Today I didn't have the space for a brush, so I went with a comb. Good for touching up bags, good for brushing out your long wigs throughout the day because a long day, a long weekend at the con is tough on a long wig. I have a touch-up mirror for my makeup. I also bring some blister tape with me. If I'm wearing heels or boots at a con, I usually do tape up my feet before I go. Sometimes it's not enough, sometimes I forget, so it's always good that I keep this in my bag as well. I also keep in there like one of these like travel sized perfumes. It's nice to not have a whole big bottle of body spray in my bag, but also something that I feel like I can freshen up with. This is my battery pack. I find some days at cons I use it, some days I don't, some days I use it more than once. A lot of times cons can get busy. Your phone battery will die quickly, so to have a portable charger to recharge your phone will save you a lot of problems. I keep some hand sanitizer in my bag as well. You do a lot of touching stuff at cons, touching phones, touching things in Artist Alley, touching stairways, touching elevators, touching doors. It's kind of gross. I also bring some Advil with me to the cons. I find I get pretty bad wig headaches throughout the day, as well as my feet do hurt really often. So whenever I have lunch, whenever I have a snack at the con, it's good that I have some of this on me, or even at the end of the day that I can take. I do also make a good number of my own costumes, make and alter a good number of them. So I always do carry an emergency sewing kit with me in case things start falling apart because unfortunately things do happen at the con. Even when I wear my like pre-bought cosplays, I still bring it with me because mistakes happen. I actually did pull this out this weekend. I was at the train station and I had to sew part of my jacket back together, so it does come in handy. Try and show you inside of it. There's like scissors, there's a seam ripper, there's a needle and thread, there's a thimble, there's safety pins in here as well, so it's pretty convenient to have all of this stuff on hand at the con. The last thing I have in here is not a necessity, but it is my pride and joy. I did invest in a digital camera this year and it has been my favorite purchase of the entirety of 2025. It's nice to have like an alternate option to take photos with, as well as it does save me some phone battery, but it's definitely been one of my favorite purchases and I will recommend that to anybody who's interested in getting one. It's a really great fun thing to have at cons. This is the Canon PowerShot SX150, I believe. And I literally got it off of eBay, but it's been a really great purchase and it's taken some really great photos for me this year. And that is all for my bag haul. I really do recommend investing in a bigger bag. I was always one of those people that was like, I don't want my bag to take away from my outfit. So I was trying to compact all the things I needed into the smallest bag possible. And when I finally kind of let up on doing that, I felt a lot more relieved than when I was like worrying constantly if I didn't have something that I was going to need. In a bigger bag, like it's fun that you get to decorate it with all the things that you love, and having something like that doesn't take away from your outfit at all. And honestly, all of us are in the same boat. It's so easy to look at people's videos at con and pictures at con and be like, oh my gosh, these people carry nothing, so I have to carry nothing because it'll take away from my outfit. If you go to the con, you look around, everyone else is in the same boat. We're all just trying to get by and have a good weekend and stay safe. So thank you for coming, and let me know in the comments if there's anything that you carry in your bag that you think is a must need.